The true importance of Sesko's intervention stretches beyond a single point on the table. Moments like these reshape dressing rooms. They alter belief systems. They harden resolve. For weeks, the conversation around Manchester United had centred on instability, inconsistency, and uncertainty. A managerial change, tactical recalibration, and a demanding fixture list had created a fragile environment where confidence could easily fracture. Instead, under Michael Carrick's interim guidance, the squad has begun to rediscover a collective identity. At the London Stadium, that identity was tested. West Ham executed their plan with discipline. After Soucek's opener, they narrowed the spaces between their lines, compressed the midfield, and forced United wide. Crosses were blocked, passing lanes were crowded, transitions were rapid and direct. It was a tactical arm wrestle, and for long periods, United were second best in key duels. But there was no panic. Carrick's touchline demeanour remained measured. Substitutions were purposeful rather than desperate. The introduction of Sesko was not simply about adding height, it was about adding chaos. His presence disrupted West Ham's defensive certainty. Suddenly centre-backs were forced deeper. Full-backs hesitated before committing forward. The rhythm shifted. The equaliser itself was instinctive, but it was born from persistence. United had committed bodies into the box repeatedly in stoppage time. They had refused to accept that the script was written. That mentality matters in the race for fourth. Champions League qualification is rarely secured through perfection. It is secured through recovery, through salvaging points when performances dip, through grinding when fluency deserts you. Title challengers have long mastered that art. United are attempting to relearn it. Sesko's impact since arriving has added another dimension to the attack. At 6'+", athletic and technically refined, he offers both a target and a runner. His willingness to press, to battle defenders, and to embrace responsibility in decisive moments is quickly earning him trust within the squad. His late strike was not just a poacher's finish, it was a striker's statement. In previous campaigns, United have too often faded in tight matches. Heads dropped, structure dissolved. This time there was defiance. Even after 90 minutes of frustration, the intensity remained. Inside the away dressing room afterward, the mood reportedly reflected that shift. There was celebration, but controlled celebration. A recognition that something important had happened, but also an understanding that the job is unfinished. Carrick spoke in measured tones post-match, praising the character of his players and emphasising the importance of building momentum. Behind closed doors, however, there will be acknowledgement that such moments can catalyse belief in ways tactical diagrams cannot. The Premier League table remains congested. Margins are thin. One defeat can drag a side into doubt. One late equaliser can reinforce conviction. For Sesko personally, the goal reinforces his growing influence. Arriving with expectation, he has gradually adapted to the pace and physicality of English football. Now he is delivering in high-pressure situations. Strikers live for these flashes, the split seconds where instinct overrides thought. His celebration was telling, not wild, not individualistic. He turned immediately toward teammates. Arms raised not in self-glory, but in shared affirmation. "We are living for each other," he had said. That phrase carries weight. It suggests cohesion. It suggests buy-in. As United prepare for a demanding run of fixtures, including clashes against direct top-four rivals, they will draw confidence from nights like this. Not because they dominated, not because they dazzled, but because they endured. Endurance is the currency of successful seasons. The London Stadium may not host the final chapter of United's Champions League chase, but it may host the paragraph supporters look back on as the turning point. The night when adversity was met with resolve, when doubt was replaced by determination. Football seasons are stories told in fragments. A tackle here, a save there, a flicked volley in stoppage time. Benjamin Sesko provided his fragment. And if United do secure a return to Europe's elite competition, the image of that 96th minute connection, Boot meeting ball, hope meeting execution will replay as one of the defining frames of their revival. If Sesko's late intervention represented proof of progress on the pitch, the pursuit of Iliman Ndiaye signals something equally significant off it: intent. Manchester United are not merely scrambling to secure Champions League qualification, they are planning for what comes next. And Ndiaye's name sits increasingly high on their recruitment shortlist. While United grind through decisive fixtures, conversations in boardrooms and recruitment meetings are accelerating. The objective is clear: reshape the attack with players entering or approaching their prime, capable of operating in multiple systems, and fearless enough to thrive under Old Trafford scrutiny. Ndiaye fits that description. Since arriving at Everton from Marseille in the summer of 2024, the Senegal international has evolved from promising talent into proven Premier League influence. His 5 goals and 2 assists this campaign reflect productivity, but statistics alone fail to capture his disruptive presence. He destabilizes defensive structures, he drives at backlines with conviction, he occupies half spaces intelligently and drifts centrally to overload midfield zones. When Everton transition quickly, he is often the ignition point, receiving under pressure, turning sharply, accelerating into space. It is precisely that transitional threat that appeals to United's recruitment staff. With uncertainty surrounding Marcus Rashford's long-term future, the club are assessing profiles capable of refreshing their attacking dynamics. Ndiaye's ability to operate across the front line provides tactical elasticity. He can function wide left, invert into central channels, or support a focal striker with intelligent link-up play. At 25, he also represents a player entering his physical and technical peak. However, ambition meets resistance on Merseyside. Everton are not operating from a position of weakness. Ndiaye is contracted until 2029, a long-term deal that hands the Friedkin Group substantial negotiating leverage. Sources indicate the Toffees would demand in the region of £70 million before even entertaining serious dialogue. Internally, Everton view him as foundational. Their hierarchy believe he symbolises the club's upward trajectory, a marquee signing who has delivered impact and who can anchor a push toward European qualification. Allowing such a player to depart would contradict their summer investment plans. Yet the transfer ecosystem rarely remains static. Arsenal's monitoring of Ndiaye reflects their desire for additional unpredictability in tight matches. Chelsea's admiration stems from his technical bravery and rotational flexibility. Tottenham, meanwhile, are drawn to his pace in open field transitions, a quality they have lacked in decisive moments this season. Across Europe, further interest simmers quietly. For Ndiaye himself, the situation is delicate but not destabilizing. Those close to the player suggest he interprets elite attention as affirmation of his development. His public focus remains on Everton's objectives, but ambition and awareness coexist naturally in modern football. Financially, Everton would stand to generate a substantial profit, having invested approximately £15 million to secure him from Marseille. A £70 million sale would represent exceptional business on paper. The dilemma lies in balancing immediate financial gain with long-term competitive growth. For Manchester United, the calculus is equally layered. Champions League qualification would significantly strengthen their negotiating power, both financially and symbolically. Elite targets gravitate toward elite competitions. Securing a top 4 finish could transform interest into concrete advantage. Failing to do so complicates matters. There is also strategic timing to consider. Move early and United risk inflating the market. Wait too long and rivals could accelerate negotiations. In modern transfer battles, decisiveness often proves as valuable as valuation. What makes this pursuit particularly intriguing is how it connects to United's broader evolution. The club's recent struggles have exposed the need for tactical adaptability. Static attacking patterns have too often rendered them predictable. And Ndiaye's improvisational qualities offer a counterpoint, a player comfortable operating in chaos, capable of unlocking rigid defensive blocks. His recent performances for Senegal, including a prominent role in their Africa Cup of Nations triumph, have only enhanced his reputation. On international stages, he demonstrated composure under pressure and an ability to influence high-stakes encounters. That profile aligns with where United aspire to return. As the summer window approaches, momentum is building around this potential saga. Everton remain calm, publicly projecting confidence. United remain attentive, quietly evaluating pathways. Should formal bids materialise, negotiations are unlikely to be discreet. Valuations, leverage, Tim.